Okay, I'm sorry, just no excited.
I stepped on the start line of the Tahoe 200 ready to take on this race and ready for redemption because after going through injury after the Arizona Monster 300 and building myself back up and getting to the place where I could get to the start line strong and ready to go, I knew that I was in for a grand adventure on this day, and I was ready to go and ready to rock and ready to put my best foot forward. And once that gun went off, that was the focus from here. So at the Tahoe 200, there's something called Tahoe lung, where it's a combination of all the dust on the course and the pollen in the air clogging up your throatways, and it doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens to some people, and it causes this feeling where you can't really breathe and your breathing is compromised. And for me, I had that feeling starting about mile 20, and so for that first 100K, I was already feeling the effects of Tahoe lung. Everything else felt good, like my legs and my mind and my spirit, but it was just really hard to breathe, and to get that in the first 100K was pretty shocking, but I knew that I had to just keep going and make it through that first night. That was the one thing on my mind, was just keep going and hope that it turns around. I took a little nap because I hoped that a nap maybe could reset some of my breathing ways and I could start to breathe a little better. Didn't really help with the breathing at all, but the sun was coming up and Andrew and I were having a good time, and my whole hope was that things would turn around on this second day, and that was all my focus. Coming into that next section, I mean, things just started to take a turn for the worse. My breathing got significantly worse. I started to get some energy problems, just not feeling awake, and my legs just for some reason just started to feel really, really cooked. And we went through one of the steepest climbs on this next section, and I just felt broken and destroyed and didn't really know what the heck was going on. And I think a lot of times in these ultramarathons, you can face times where things just hitting the fan and there's no clear reason why. But the one thing that I always say is you have to accept that and deal with it and move forward strong. And my whole plan was to do that and to get to the next aid station, take a reset, take a 20-minute nap, take care of myself, get in some good food, and really just hope that the nap was going to be able to turn myself around really, really strong. And that was my only hope during this section.
You're 10.
Yes.
59. Bib number 59. 50. 59. Yep.
I have this.
Do you want to hold this? I'm so sorry.
No.
So here, take this. Do it. Drink this.
Oh, thanks for being here, guys. Where's Mandy? That Austin guy come through.
I'm sorry.
Austin?
Yeah.
Is he out already?
Yeah.
Is he feeling good?
Yeah. It's alright though. He's gonna sleep at the next aid. They talked about it.
This is harder than you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't think I'd say that, but.
Well, good thing you've done your A.
Good thing you love Ure so much.
Yeah. It all happened for a reason.
I was telling Angela this. It's like you go to the Monster after like 120 miles, feeling so perfect, and then you literally go to race 120 miles, feel like shit the whole time. Just like it's like shell shocking.
Oh yeah.
But I just keep telling myself, I'm like, dude, it's gonna hurt no matter what.
Yeah.
Just keep fucking going.
Yep.
Yeah, you are.
The quicker you go, the quicker it gets done.
It's done.
Yeah. And then you can just
What is my estimated time?
to finish.
Yeah,
I don't know because
Probably
the shorts.
short, right?
I would assume so.
Oh, okay.
That's still
Yeah, you're
crushing
doing
it.
a
Wait, I'm actually not doing that bad.
Yeah, you're
That's what we're
fine.
saying.
Oh, okay.
You're good. You're actually good. We're not
All right,
gaslighting.
yeah, I'm actually better. Yeah,
I've told
okay.
you.
I feel a lot better now.
Get some sleep and then get your ass back out there.
20 minutes?
20 minutes. Yep.
In fact, can you actually give me 20? Like,
100%. I promise.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, real quick, if you're training your butt off for your next ultramarathon and you're not seeing results or hitting a plateau, we would love to help you crush your goals and help you make new progress in your training through our Everyday Ultra coaching services. So if you want to work with us, you can book a free consultation call to see if we'd be a good fit, because we want to help you make progress in your ultra training, even if you're hitting a plateau, to hit new heights. So book a call at theeverydayultra.com or in the link below, and we'd love to chat with you. All right, back to the video. And the nap totally worked. My legs felt so much better. My mind felt so much better. I felt so much stronger. And that's the whole thing, man. I think really you got to be in a position where you got to believe that the bounce back will happen. And when you do that, like, it's crazy how things can reverse itself. Even though my breathing just did not get any better, everything else felt better. So I knew that at least I was on the right direction, and that was a good thing from there for sure. Getting into Tahoe City that night was a good boost seeing the crew, and we felt a lot better on this next section. Again, my breathing just continued to get worse and worse and worse, but I started to really lean on the momentum of just feeling as good as I could and just move forward strong. I think that's the name of the game, these ultras. Even if you feel like crap, just keep moving forward strong and doing what you can. Going to the next aid station, I was motivated. I was hungry. I wanted to go out and really, really capitalize on this next section, even though it was near impossible to breathe out there. And I knew I had to just make some moves, and that was my whole focus, was let's just take some risks and close this thing done. And who cares about the breathing at this point? Let's just go for broke and see what happens.
The mind.
Well, it's the lungs.
Well, it's the lungs, 100%, yeah.
It's not the mind, it's the lungs. Trust me, like Angela, me and Angela, like, I tried to push like sub 12, and I felt like my fucking, like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was all out sprinting. That part you take?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a blister in there.
I think it is, but I don't think we'll be able to get to it, to be 100% honest. We're just,
Sorry.
if you say sorry, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Yeah. No reason to be sorry. You're crushing it, dude. All right, go get him, man. You got this.
Let's go.
Thank you guys.
Yep.
Let's go, Joe. Let's go.
So jumped in with Shelby on the next aid station, and I knew that this next section I wanted to push hard, and I did. I ended up pushing a lot harder than I did in other sections too, and my breathing continued to struggle. The Tahoe lung continued to keep getting worse and worse and worse, but in my mind I said, you know what, maybe I can just run through this as strong as possible. And I was so motivated on this next section to move up placements, move up positions, and finish this thing strong. And it was the highest point that I had felt in the race so far, and was ready to just rock and roll.
Yeah, baby. Thanks so much.
Go get it. Go.
And then right after we left Village Green, immediately I started throwing up. I was breathing like just crazy hard. I could barely even get out of breath. I mean, it felt like I was getting choked essentially. And it was crazy because I went from the highest of highs in that section to the lowest of lows. And I started just moving with Christian out here the best that I could. And my whole focus was just keep moving. And even though I feel like crap, I started to, just really start crying and hallucinating and losing my mind a little bit. And that's when I knew I had to take a nap. And after I took that nap, I did feel better mentally, but the breathing was the hardest part. I tried to move anything faster than a 13-minute pace, and it felt like my lungs would collapse if I did that. So I told Christian out there, I was like, I got to think about just moving forward as best as I can, even with this breathing, and whatever happens is going to happen. And as long as I put my best foot forward, that's going to be the best result in this race. And as we were going through, miraculously, I ended up taking a Zyrtec for a skin rash that I have, and the breathing actually started to get better and better. And that last 10-mile section, we ended up passing the guy in front of us. We ended up moving a lot more efficiently, running most of the section, and ran strong coming into that finish. And when I crossed that finish line, I realized that was the hardest battle that I've ever been in an ultramarathon, and I was wheezing my way away, and I had never been in a place where I felt so bad for so long due to an issue that I couldn't control, which was the breathing. But I knew that this race was everything I wanted and everything I needed, because I'd gone through all the lows out there and I've overcome them. And I truly believe this race was the epitome of, it's not about how many lows you face in an ultra, it's not about how many difficulties you face, it's not about how many obstacles you face, but what it is about is, are you able to overcome those things, and are you able to push through to be the person that you want to be? And that, to me, was the success of Tahoe 200. It was more than just 6th place male. It was more than just 9th place overall. It was all about overcoming the struggle. And that to me is redemption. That to me is strength. And that to me is what makes a great ultramarathon.